No, I can't bring myself to give my vote to either one of the major political parties that are both bought by the military industrial complex, Big Pharma, Wall Street, and the fossil fuel industry. We're going to get more war no matter who we vote for. And it's not clear which one will bring even more war. All right. So people are using the argument that I need to vote for it. I need to vote for more neoliberalism. And you know what I say? I say Trump isn't the problem. Trump is a symptom of 40 years of neoliberalism. Trump is the result of it. And if we vote for neoliberalism again, the next Trump is going to be even worse. Maybe it will be somebody who's just as evil as Trump or even more, who isn't a maniac on the outside and isn't an incompetent. Imagine if Ted Cruz was the Republican nominee. That guy could get evil done. So I'm telling you, and there's a reason why you can't, is half the country is considered poor and poverty, and Hillary Clinton still can't get them to vote for her. Why? Because they know she offers them nothing. So people say, well, even Bernie Sanders is supporting Hillary Clinton, that somehow I'm such a maniac. I'm so outside. This isn't, I should be disqualified from talking about this, about politics, because I'm literally not willing to support a Democrat or a Republican in 2016. That's what I've been told. So here's Bernie Sanders. They go, even Bernie, you're more pure. They love to use that word, pure. Yeah, and guess what? Anyway, here we go. Here's what Bernie had to say about it. People forget Bernie talked about this. Here's what Bernie said about it.
So first, I'd want to say, as a student, I'm very excited to be voting for the first time tomorrow for you, so thank you. My question is, many of your supporters are staunchly opposed to Hillary Clinton and are considering writing you in, voting for a third-party candidate, or not voting at all if you don't win the nomination. I believe you will win the nomination and the presidency, but if you don't, will you encourage your supporters to vote for Secretary Clinton?
Dave, thanks for the question. And let me answer it in this way.
So the question is, let me recap. The question is, if you don't win the primary, will you urge your supporters to vote for Secretary Clinton? And here's what Bernie Sanders said to that exact question. We have the answer, what he really wants us to do. Here it is.
First, I think it is, we're not a movement where I can snap my fingers and say to you or to anybody else what you should do, because you won't listen to me. You shouldn't. You'll make these decisions yourself. I think if we end up losing, and I hope we do not, and if Secretary Clinton wins, it is incumbent upon her to tell millions of people who right now do not believe in establishment politics or establishment economics, who have serious misgivings about a candidate who has received millions of dollars from Wall Street and other special interests. She has got to go out to you and to millions of other people and say, yeah, I think the United States should join the rest of the industrialized world and take on the private insurance companies and the greed of the drug companies and pass a Medicare for all. I think that, says Secretary Clinton, that for the young people in this country, you should not have to leave college $30,000, $50,000, $70,000 in debt, because we're going to make, as many other countries around the world do, public colleges and universities tuition free. I think Secretary Clinton is going to have to explain to millions of young people and a lot of other people that climate change is a real crisis and incrementalism is just not going to solve it. And she is going to have to come on board and say, yeah, I know it's hard, but I am going to take on the fossil fuel industry and pass a carbon tax. So the point that I am making is it is incumbent upon Secretary Clinton to reach out not only to my supporters, but to all of the American people with an agenda that they believe will represent the interest of working families, lower income people, the middle class, those of us who are concerned about the environment, and not just big money interests.
And then she chose Tim Kaine.
Ha! Tim Kaine is right to work. Tim Kaine is for more deregulation of Wall Street.
Yes.
Tim Kaine is for more fracking.
Yes.
Tim Kaine is pro-TPP. So after Bernie said that, that's what she has to go to do. Remember this. Remember, it's incumbent on him. And I've said that too. It's up to Hillary Clinton to come get your vote. She's the winner in the primary. She has to come over to Bernie Sanders supporters and make them come on board. It's up to her. She's the one who, Bernie doesn't need them anymore. She needs them. And what did she do? She did nothing. She went the other way. She's been trying to court Republicans ever since. Ever since she beat him in the primary, she's been courting Republicans, which is a mistake because she can't. You're not going to beat Republicans by trying to get other Republicans to vote for Democrats. It's just not going to, especially you, the most hated Democrat in the frickin' country. Why not just go after your base? Go after the people that Barack Obama went after. Go after the people. Go get them. And, you know, if Ralph Nader could cost anybody an election, you think you'd want to go campaign with him. If he cost Al Gore the election before, maybe you make sure that guy can. But then that means he can win you an election. Why wouldn't you go campaign with him? So Bernie Sanders already said, you shouldn't listen to me. You should make up your own mind. That's what he really believes. And that's what I'm doing.
That's why in this election, you're going to be voting for the lesser of 4 evils.